Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between NoRegreT and Bales on Frozen Temple. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is NoRegreT, representing Psystorm Gaming. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Bales, representing Flipside Tactics. This was sent to me over Twitter at twitter.com/FalconPaladin by one of these two players. I will not tell you who it was. They just said it was an incredible game played between them and asked that I please cast it. Alright, so Frozen Temple is a pretty popular map just because I cast a lot of games on it. And I can kind of see why, because it's nice, open, not open, but easy to wall off natural. There goes the hatch first play from NoRegreT, and fairly easy to defend third as long as these rocks are still here. I don't know, and a fourth base that is a very natural progression as well. And yeah, so just really nice and easy to take bases all across the map here. And we'll see what these players are going to do with it. Alright, so it looks like, is that a Nexus first play? Oh, Bales is going Nexus first into Gateway here. What a great play by our Protoss player. These days, considering the fact that Zerg are so interested in going hatch first, if you're a Protoss, you go for that Nexus first, man. Yeah, you might die to a really quick 12 pull or something like that, but for the most part, I think you're going to be just fine. And it really helps you with having 2 Chrono Boost early in the game. Get that worker count up, get those upgrades, Chrono Boost out, get some units out of those warp gates too. Just good. Probe Scout out for Bales, heading on up the ramp to see what he can see, or it can see. I suppose the robot does not necessarily have a gender. Just popping up, nothing too out of the ordinary here. There's gas coming in. I guess you could check to see exactly when the drones are removed from the gas. I'm not sure if Bales is interested in looking for that particular piece of information. So there is almost 100 there, about 76. The gas was a little bit later than it should have been if you were going for the exact lineup there, getting metabolic boost, but that's okay. I think everything should be just fine. Overlord scouts patrolling right across the map here. This guy coming right down the middle. Not worried about stalkers at all. I'm not even sure if there's a place where we can go. I suppose here to avoid getting shot down by a stalker, but everywhere else here is immediate death time. I think he probably knows that. He understands what's going on. Another gateway, cybernetic core just about to wrap up for the Protoss player. There's that speed we were talking about, and look at this, did pull the workers off the gas. So NoRegreT is not planning on going for an early lair. I'd expect to see probably a quick third at some point, and yes, there it is. There's the quick third base from our Zergy friend. And in production, there is an Adept. Double Adept opening, so double Warp Gate Adept. Coming out of here from Bales. NoRegreT to deal with that. Probably would like a whole handful of Speedlings. Roaches would be good too, but considering the fact he has no gas, it's going to have to be Lings. It's going to have to be Queens and Lings to defend against this one, and I'm not sure if he saw that either. The Adept is holding the line in case there's a run-by, or an attempted run-by, of Lings. And only sending one Adept out, so that's a lot less scary. These Lings are not going to be home to defend against this, so it's going to be, again, 4 Lings here. They're not even Speedlings quite yet. And they're accidentally going to spot this Adept. There it is. They're going to chase after her. Psionic Transfer going to send her somewhere else, though. Where did she go? Did she just go back home? I think she just went back home. Okay, so that was just to check for a third base. So a double Adept opening, not into much harassment at all, just checking for a quick third. Do I need to worry about a 2-base Zerg attack? No, you do not, Bales. NoRegreT is instead going for a 3-hatch play. Now he has the workers back on the gas. We're going to get a lair, probably a Rotorn at some point, but for now, just really macroing hard. It's 34 to 36 workers. That Chrono Boost is doing Bales exceptionally well. Some Speedlings here. This is a lot of Speedlings, but I guess you had to be ready for those Adepts. You know, you can't just make the Speedlings or not make the Speedlings and then just lose a lot of your workers to that early harass. The Lings trying to pop on in. They might be able to snipe down a sentry or 2. They decide not to. They decided it's safer to get the heck out of there. Discretion is the better part of valor, as they always say. Double sentry production here for Bales, going for a lot of sentries. And there's the third Nexus here at 4 minutes. I love Legacy of the Void. It is so darn fast. So a 4-minute third Nexus here from our Protoss friend NoRegreT with the injects. There it is. Beautiful timing. Beautiful timing from these players. APM is over 250 for Bales, over 300 for NoRegreT. These are professional players. No, they're not the names you see all the time in the big-time tournaments, but these guys have made money playing StarCraft, which is more than I can say, more than you can say, more than most people can say. NoRegreT is going very heavy with the Lings here. Basically, he saw the composition of Sentry and Adept and said, you know what, I feel like Lings would do just fine. I think Roaches would do awesome as well. And there's a Mothership core here too, so if things get too bad, the warp home can definitely be a thing. The recall home. But no, the Lings decide not to defend. They're swinging down along that left side to try to force a cancel on that third base. They're going to be able to do it. The army here has no idea what's going on. These Lings going to try to do it on their own. The force fields are going to have to be insane. And they are pretty good. Back out. Back out, Lings. Run. Don't try to get in there. You're just getting shot down. Meanwhile, the Lings do get a full surround on this. Get a cancel. There has to be a cancel. Bales, you have to cancel your Nexus. And yes, there's the cancel. The Adepts get killed there as well. Another Adept. There are just so many Adepts here. Good force field, though. What a beautiful force field. Keeping that Adept alive. Replanting the third immediately. NoRegreT playing this exceptionally well. Does force that attack to go home. Recall home without losing anything. Hardly at all. Resources lost. If we go here, about 900 versus 800. So pretty even, but more gas lost for the Protoss player. The big old swell of Lings in here again, right on top of that Immortal too. Oh, the Immortal, good force field, keeping it alive though. A lot of Lings taking out a pylon. Another photon overcharge popping out there. The Lings trying to get inside. And no, the clutch. The clutch. No, almost the clutch pylon. The Lings can sneak on through. Oh, this does not look good at all. At all for our friend Bales. Speedlings on top of everything, trying to sneak up into the main base. They're going after this mineral line. There are some Adepts here as well. They're trying to hold their own, but they can't. Those Lings finally do get cleaned up. The probes are forced to retreat. It is 51 to 56 total harvesters. Somehow Bales is still in the lead here. The Lings desperately going after that Nexus. They're not going to be able to get it. Just too much DPS here, and the Lings try to run out. Try to get down, try to kill some more workers before all is said and done. And yeah, they might get one more probe. Yeah, they do. They get one more probe, possibly two. Yep, there's two, and almost got three there. Almost got three. So, units lost here. 11 probes killed for 90 Zerglings. So what is that? Almost 10 Lings per probe? I'm not sure if that was entirely worth it here. He did knock down the third base, which was good. He's going to try to go for that round 2 here, but the Sentry, Immortal, and Adept composition ready and rocking again. Just trying to snipe off some of those probes, trying to get right on top of those sentries. They do! They get on top of the sentries. Good force fields, though, actually moving the Zerglings away. This is how you deal with Lings as Protoss, as force fields, man. If you can do them well enough, you can take out a large number of those things without losing hardly anything of your own. 120 Lings have died thus far. It is 60 to 58 workers. 4 bases here. Warp Prism does get spotted by the Lings. I think there might be an attempt. Yeah, some Hydras coming over here to try to snipe that thing down before it can actually get anything in. Can the Lings get inside? No, Adept holding the line. Lings tried that surround thing once before. Didn't really work out. They ducked. Oh, they got the Warp Prism. The Hydras got the Warp Prism. All right. Popping on top of everything are the Lings. And I mean, it's just pretty much the same thing as last time, right? A lot of Lings dying, not really taking much stuff with them. Force fields do an excellent job at shoving those little critters away from where they want to go. And it's going to be Ling Hydra here. So it's not Baneling Hydra. Ling Hydra with a Lurker Den on morphification for NoRegreT. Does he have muscular augments yet? No, it looks like he does not. They're moving a little bit too slow for that one. A lot of Lings coming out. That production tab is just Lings, Lings, Lings all day. Lings, there is a Templar Archives and a Dark Shrine on the way for Bale. So that makes a lot of sense. I do like the concept of Archons here against these Lings. I like the concept of Storm against these Lings. Trying to get inside, but this Adept has been holding the line for quite a while. Only has 1 kill, but that's okay. Once these rocks knock down for an additional attack path, an avenue of attack into this third base. It is 4 bases to 3 bases, 63 to 66 workers. Bales still has the lead, despite the fact all this aggression has been going on. He's been macroing up very, very well to this point. The Lurkers going to get on in. Is there actually an observer here? I do not know. The Lurkers forced to burrow on the far side of these force fields. Just beautiful force field line right there. Well positioned. Absolutely well positioned indeed. Now an observer's coming out. Those force fields I think may have just saved Bale's life. Ling is coming from the top side, getting rid of pylons, almost supply blocking the Protoss player. Here it is. Big time attack. Lurkers finally burrowing on in, being used against those buildings. Everybody on the right side. Ling's just streaming in by 2s and 3s, getting absolutely massacred there. Hydra's trying to snipe things down from distance here. The Immortals doing very well against the Lurkers, as we have explained before. They do extra damage against armored, and Lurkers are armored. With the Lings continuing to flood on in. Bales is doing this Ling strategy till the cows come home. The sentries are dying. The Immortals are dying too. Just another one ends up falling there. The DTs are cleaning out the Lurkers, though. That is an excellent play. More Hydras. They get rid of the Mothership Core, and they decide to head on back home. Why are you heading home? You had Bales on the ropes. I mean, I guess recognizing there were DTs, like emergency overseers here, emergency static defense coming up, as there were definitely DTs on the way. And where are they going to go? They're going to go to this 4th base. They might actually try to sneak over here too. Where are the overseers? Did you bring them all with you? No, 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 no. No, no, no. There are DTs. You can't wait for it. Oh, the drones trying to attack away. Ah, that spore crawler did finish. Okay. And drones forced to fight for their lives there too as well. Amazing. All right, so Ling's on top of the Immortals. The Immortals unfortunately cannot blink onto this high ground. Both of them end up completely dead there. Hydras trying to get rid of these Adepts. The Lings are doing a great job tanking some of the damage there. Overseers flying right on in. Photon overcharge popping on up. Replacement Mothership Core has arrived, but this base is in so much trouble. Another pylon exploding here. Somehow Bales has not been supply blocked, despite the fact that he has lost so many of these pylons. A cannon ends up falling. Good hold position on these probes, actually. These Lings don't know what to do. Now finally coming back around. The probes fighting for their lives, which mean the AI for the Lings can try to take them down. Hydras waddling their way back on out of here. Turning around, there are reinforcements coming on in. It's going to be no upgrade Hydras, no upgrade Lings except for the speed. Muscular Augment's just about finishing now, but this is a lot of Stalker and a lot of Immortal against not that many Hydras. Hydras do well in this situation, but not as well as where you can just overcome overwhelming odds against you. Bales has taken a 4th base in the meantime because, hey, why not? It's just been absolutely insane at his 1st, 2nd, and 3rd bases. His 4th base might as well get up when he needs it to get up. I forget I have the income tab over here, don't I? It's 73 to 42 workers, so NoRegreT has basically been doing an all-in here. All-in Ling Hydra didn't quite do enough to cripple the Protoss player, didn't quite do enough to absolutely outright kill him. So if first they don't succeed, try again. Another swing of Lings moving right on down here. They do have +2 attack. I am a liar. I said that before. They didn't have any upgrades at all. They have +2 attack. Look how fast. Look how fast that goes. Some Lings forcing the Stalkers back. I think this Nexus might actually fall here. Probes forced to fight for their lives too. No, the Lings decide to back on out. He knows better than I do. That was not going to happen, but that is a greatly weakened Nexus. Archons with +2 attack, doing 43 damage versus Biological, and that is Splash, which means they one-shot these Lings and all of their little friends when they get a little bit too close to those Archons splash damagey energy beam things. So somehow Bales, I feel like, is in a better position than the Zerg right now. Well, NoRegreT does have 4 bases, but guess what? So does Bales. I feel like the tech path for Bales is a lot more advanced right now. He has the tier 3 units that NoRegreT does not. Yeah, he has Lurkers, which is kind of like a 2.75. Not quite a tier 3 type thing. Is there even a hive at all here for NoRegreT? No, NoRegreT is going to win this thing without a hive. Thank you very much. Lings sneaking on in, distracting some stuff, while this main army puts on a big-time assault right here on this 3rd base. They might get this one once again. The army heading on out for Bales. And yeah, Ling's on top of everything. Bales says, I'm tired of defending. You know what? Let's just do this thing. Are there any Overseers with this army? Where are they? There they are. There are the Overseers finally getting rid of the DTs. Not before they kill a lot of units, though. That Nexus is going to fall, and here comes another attempt. Adepts trying to rock stuff out. There are some spine crawlers to deal with that. The army stutter-stepping their way across the creep here. That Lurker Den right at the front door. I don't know why people put their tech choices right up there, but they do. Stutter stepping on in. Guardian Shield does come up. Spines trying to stab away desperately, but getting absolutely crushed there. Lings eating away at the backside of this army. Lurkers and Hydras crushing this 4th base as well. I'm not sure if there's enough drones forced to fight here as well. A couple Queens. These +2 Lings are doing work, though. The Immortals absolutely getting taken out. All this remaining are a few Adepts, a Stalker, a Zealot, and a Sentry, but somehow they are still alive. Ah, Mothership Core gets taken up by a Spore Crawler. That hurts. That really does hurt. So these 2 bases are gone right now. Long distance mining going on from Bales. Finally stutter stepping their way out of there. It's 43 to 17 workers, though. The Adepts try to come in. There are spine crawlers. Be so careful. Oh, one shot. Oh, one shot. Those very weakened Adepts getting absolutely massacred by that spine crawler. These guys becoming more and more weakened, and they do manage to escape and get the heck on out of there. So, let us take stock. Let's take a look at units. It is 15 to 43 workers, 6 Hydras, 8 Lings, and 3 Lurkers against 8 Stalkers, 5 Adepts, and a Warp Prism, as well as a Sentry. So, kind of just reset at this point. Yes, Bales has a lot of workers, but not many places to get money from. A lot of long-distance mining going on. Bales is using money on Sentries instead of a Nexus, recognizing there are still Lings around and you need something to deal with these things. Good, yeah, good blink on in there. Getting rid of every single one of those lings except for one. And NoRegreT really should just be droning up right now. I mean, I don't see that in the production tab. I see a lot of lings on the way, but just droning up and trying to get your economy back on track seems to me like the thing you'd want to do. But I suppose lings, when there's a big army out, you got to have something to defend against it. So might as well go for some of them speedlings. 65 to 82 total supply. I feel like Bales has the upper hand. So here it is, Stalkers. That is such a small number of lings there. There are hydras here as well, which is fine. The spine crawlers trying to go ahead and plant themselves in a more advantageous position where they can actually help with this. Lings right on top of the stalkers. Good blink micro, getting the stalkers off of that front line. And this might be actually enough, especially with the lurkers, to keep these guys away. I don't know if there's actually an observer. There is. Bales does have an observer here. Where is it, though? There it is. It is with the army. All right, so Bales is fine. Not going to worry about Bales. Going to knock down these rocks to go ahead and return the favor that NoRegreT did by knocking down the rocks over on this side. Lings coming in. Is this base in trouble once again? Photon overcharge. Doing very, very well for Bales, though. A lot of dead probes getting absolutely massacred here. But it doesn't matter. It's still 20 to 25. All right, so it is actually evening things up just a little bit here on that worker count. The lurkers desperately trying to play base defense, but they're just so slow. Lings, force fields. NoRegreT can't quite get the lurkers in the position that he wants. Bales is not allowing that to happen with the force fields and just repositioning his army. But the lurkers do force the army back for Bales. So Bales is not allowed to come on in when there are this many lurkers out on the field. They don't have any upgrades, which again seems like a problem. Another ling counterattack by NoRegreT. He really wants to kill this base. If he kills this base, I think he might just straight up win this thing. And here it is. Photon overcharge being used. Another attempt to come on in with the observer to scout what is happening. There's a single lurker here. Are these lings going to be able to do it? I don't know. They do kill on a depth. They're going after more and more of these probes, having to focus target them down. Photon overcharge has finished Mothership Core here, though, doing her best with 9 total kills to clear it out. It's 25 to 21 total harvesters. And just dancing back and forth here is Bales, trying to find a good place to attack. There are lurkers everywhere, it seems like, though. Sniping right on in. I feel like they could have sniped that one down. Could have happened. These +2 lings are still +2 lings. Once again, just making sure this base doesn't really get anywhere where it wants to go. Another photon overcharge coming up. I think these lings do have good enough upgrades where they can take it out. Assuming most of them can get there, and they couldn't. They really couldn't. Archon getting morphed on in. That's going to help immensely. I'm not sure if NoRegreT recognizes what is happening here. But the lings are finally shooed away. That one is still alive with 1 kill to its name. Checking to make sure there's not a base there either. So Bales is playing with fire right now. Essentially 1 mining base to 2. 25 to 13 total harvesters. The Zerg player is in the lead, but still having cannons to defend little run-bys. Little run-by attempts here. More dead Zerglings there. Resources lost here, 22,000 minerals, 2,000 gas versus 19,000 and 6,000 gas for Bales. Like Bales has lost a little bit more, but man, these ling numbers. We're up to 663 dead lings, ladies and gentlemen. That is a lot of dead Zerglings. Continuing with the Zerglings. NoRegreT replanting that Hydralisk den right here. Still kind of on the front lines. I don't know why he doesn't want to put it back here. Maybe he's worried about warpins and drops and things, but anyway, income right now is definitely favoring the Zerg player on minerals, but definitely favoring the Protoss player on gas. A lot of spine crawlers on the front door. You got to help them, though. Those guys assist at this stage of the game. They're not enough on their own to actually hold your front line. Is anybody sneaking on over to take a 4th base? No, Bales is not attempting to do that, which I find surprising. This is a base, though. That's a 5th base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases from NoRegreT. Lurkers burrowing into the ground, still doing 30 damage versus armored in a spine AoE type situation. Not sure what Bales is doing. He's just kind of dancing, trying to maybe probe up a little bit, making some more Archons. Feels like Archons are good. He's waiting for another counterattack of lings, because that's what this game has been. It's just one counterattack of lings after another. Lings trying to dance on in. Archons doing a great job, and look at that. Every ling is dead, leaving a path of blood across the frozen tundra. Alright, so replacement Lurker Den. NoRegreT is up 35 to 21 harvesters. Does he have a composition able to deal with what Bales has, though? I do not know. Did he not see that base? I don't think Bales saw that base. He did not see that base. Oh boy. Oh boy for him. Alright, so Stalkers. with the +2 attack and the +1 armor. Adepts, sentries, archons, all with the same thing. Adepts trying to get in the front line here. Sentries trying to see where they are necessary. Guardian Shield comes up, negating some of the damage from that lurker, but not a whole lot, if we are entirely honest with ourselves. Lurker Den almost complete. Almost complete. It is 74 out of 86 complete there. Another Ling run by. Oh my gosh, they might force a cancel here. Do they have enough DPS to do this? They do! They absolutely do have enough DPS to cancel this thing. Oh, there's the cancel. Bales couldn't save it, just barely. Couldn't save it, but those Lings are so happy with themselves. So pleased with themselves right now. 35 to 21. What it did is actually force the entire army back here. So now NoRegreT should be able to make a couple more lurkers if he wants, and he does. He's making 4, getting 2 more Hydras in production at the same time. 123 to 89 total supply. Here comes Bales up this way again. A drone picked out of the sky. I guess picked off of the ground. Does he know there's a base here now? He does now. He sees the creep. So splitting his units, he's going to send some units up here to kill this hatchery. And then recalling home because holy smokes is Ling run by. Lings again. Can they get an Archon before they die? Nope. Can't quite do it. Ling's up on here trying to kill a busted assimilator. And a pylon. They might be able to get the pylon depending on where this army is going. Where are you going, Archons? Do you not recognize what is happening here? Now they do. The Lings trying to get back on down here to kill some stuff. Photon overcharge being used to great effect. As those Lings do not have many hit points at all, and they are all completely gone now. Now, NoRegreT coming with a bigger army this time. He hasn't been across this side of the map without anything but Lings, or with anything but Lings in a long time. So here it is. Where are those lurkers? There they are. They're mixed on, and they're the same color as everything else, red and brown, and hard to tell things apart sometimes. So here it is, planting lurkers, sending spikes across. Bales does not want to engage there at all, and now he's going to lose this base for sure. These lurkers making short work of these buildings, trying to catch reinforcing Lings, which is nice, Bales, but you're going to lose your third. Yep, the third's gone here. Hydras are taking shots at it, lurkers spinning at it from under the ground. The third does explode. And this base needs to be taken out as well, but here comes the push from Bales saying, you know what, I don't care about your spine crawlers. I don't care about your lurkers. I'm going to go ahead and just smash you down. I'm going to lose a lot of stuff here at the same time. Boom, but I will take you with me. Lings desperately trying to come up this ramp to defend. There's a small group of units here, specifically some Lings and a lurker trying to take out that nexus. If that happens, I think Bales might just be dead, but NoRegreT. If NoRegreT can actually kill this stuff, he's trying to force field off this ramp. And he does it. He does. He allows a small sprinkling of Hydras up here, and then they get completely massacred. And then he tries it again. It is a tale as old as time. It is a strategy that has been used a lot. Can this lurker do this thing? I don't think Bales is going to make any more workers. I think he says, this is it. This is it as far as I'm concerned here. A lot of lurker splash here. Lurkers getting killed as well. Hydras in the back using their extra range to snipe down Archons. More and more Hydras coming on in. And yes, the Adepts in the front do very well against Hydras because they do extra damage against Light, and Hydralisks are light units. Mothership Core dies instantly. A little bit too close to the front there, Mothership Core. It's vaguely problematic. This is just a small hit squad from Bales, but they are very intimidating. It's a good composition here. Lurker trying to get some spines off. Ling's trying to get rid of those sentries. Got one. And almost got another one. Can't quite do it, though. Changelings getting dropped. Bales sees through that immediately. Some drones on over here. This base is still happily mining, so NoRegreT's doing okay on the income side of things. Bales doesn't have anything. It's 31 to 5 total workers. Although Bales, I'm not sure that NoRegreT can actually engage here is the problem. So that hatchery is going to fall. I'm not sure how much that Bales actually cares. There's not really anything mining from it right now. Lurkers burrowing, spine crawlers burrowing, trying to make it so that Bales can't retreat, I believe is what this is. Good blink, and oh, they get a lurker. They do get a lurker. There's still 2 though, and that's enough to make Bales go home. Bales, you can't go home. You can't go home. He is making an observer with his limited resources that are available, but I just don't know if it's going to be enough here. Another Ling counterattack from NoRegreT because he is Zerg, and that is what he does. Sneaking on down, checking for that base, not replanted. Checking for that base, not replanted because the lurker can see that one. Sneaking on in as a warp prism. What is in this warp prism? Probes, actually. So, okay, so Bales is going to do this thing with his probes, with an Archon. He's not mining at all. If you look at this income, it is 0 and 0 across the board. The longer this goes on, the better it is for NoRegreT. I love this line being set up right here. Do what you want, says NoRegreT, to my main base and my natural. Leave this base alone because I'm actually mining from here. And maybe leave this alone because my lurker den is there as well. So the hatch is definitely going to fall. The Archon has 33 kills. It is an Executor. We have Lings going to town on this natural base, getting rid of pylons. That's probably a smart move. Maybe trying to base race this thing, I suppose. If NoRegreT can kill all of the bases of Bales, he's going to win the game. He doesn't necessarily have to kill this army. Lurker is here, getting rid of that assimilator. Lings doing this thing on their own. Getting rid of the Dark Shrine and heading home is Bales. So checking for a base over here is NoRegreT. There's not one here. I suppose you could start mining if and you wanted to. Like the longest distance mining of all time is happening right now. Oh, the army's heading north. They spotted your attempt at long distance mining. Run! Run, drones, run. Oh, the observer can see this, though. That's what this is. Could it? I don't know. Maybe it could. Alright, so those drones are gone. This Lurker is going to take out that assimilator by its own self. A testament to perseverance and what you can do if you put your mind to it. Archons, Stalkers, there are some Lurkers and some Lings here. Are there any Hydras left for NoRegreT? I don't know. NoRegreT is mined out, actually. He wasn't able to secure that base. That is a problem. That is a massive, massive problem. He needs... Okay, so he basically needs Bales to engage on top of the Lurkers and then use the Lings to pin everybody inside. That is the only way I can see NoRegreT winning this thing. Spine Crawlers... not in range to do much of anything at all. Are all the Hydras gone? Is that all there is? Yeah, so it's 5 Lurkers, 16 Lings against an Archon, 3 Adepts, 8 Stalkers, and 2 Sentries. Yeah, I'm going to argue right here that NoRegreT is in a lot of trouble. Spore Crawler did actually finish, and then it explodes after it burrows there, unfortunately for it. Doing the dance back and forth. Here is Bales. Does NoRegreT have enough to make a hatch? What did he just spend his money on? Oh, he did try to make a hatchery here. Doing some more long distance mining. The Observer scouts that one out. And knocking out these rocks, even though this is wide open, perhaps for wider access. I suppose here, Lings don't want to go in there. Lings don't die. You do not want to die at all. Spinecrawler trying to burrow itself in this position. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, drones. More dead drones here. Just doing their best, man. Just trying to do the 9 to 5. They might all just get completely destroyed here. NoRegreT needs to stop this. He needs to stop the massacre. Can't do it. Can't do it. The drones all go back, walking to their doom. 6 to 3 workers now. This might be all she wrote for those Lings. The Lings trying to find a way to attack here, but the excellent micro from Bales, I think, is just too much. Pretty good force fields catching some of the Lings on the inside there. It's 18 to 38 total supply, and now at this point, that hatch is going to cancel it. Cancel the hatch! No, NoRegreT. Why didn't you cancel the hatch? What do you have? I think he would have had enough to make another hatchery. Where the heck are his drones, too? He has a couple. One over here. Oh, that's... Oh, did he cancel it? No, I don't think he did. And there's one over here somewhere. Where is that thing? Don't know. Anyway, another Overlord dies here. Bales heading up the ramp. NoRegreT says, do you have 400 minerals? Bales says, no. Telling the truth. NoRegreT says, I'm going to get disqualified from NA Ladder Heroes. Good game. Oh, NoRegreT taps out. NoRegreT is defeated and Bales is victorious. Hey, what a comeback from the Protoss player. I thought for sure once this base was killed, once this base was denied, NoRegreT had it in the bag, but his lack of tier 3 units, I think, really hurt him there. Yes, Lurkers are good, but if your opponent can move, if they have freedom of mobility, they're not as good as you would imagine them to be. So he needed things like Ultras. I think even like a bunch of Roaches and Ravagers would have done great in this situation against this particular composition, but he kind of got stuck on the Hydra Lurker stuff. And that was it. So great back and forth action there. Really jam-packed. Thanks again for sending that in to me, Bales. I really do appreciate it. Again, think of me if you play any more amazing stuff. NoRegreT, you too. I'd like to see you on the channel. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.